Good morning. Hi everybody. Got a bit of a gleam going on. Good morning. Hi. Hi guys. Good morning. It's really funny, isn't it? It being 11 o'clock, not 10 o'clock. That's going to completely throw me for the rest of the day. Hope you're all okay. How is everyone? You're all good? Good morning. Cheers to you all. Maybe 11 o'clock, but I still have my tea. I hope you have something too. Good morning. How is everyone today? Has everyone got the sun today? I don't know how it works. As you know, I don't check the weather. Everyone got a lovely, glorious, sunny day today? Good morning, Facebook. Who's on Facebook today? You have to give me a shout so I can see who's there. Give me a wave or a thumbs up or something. Good morning. Hope you're all okay. Baby Play Monday and a lovely sunny day. So you may have seen in my stories that I'm doing 5 water play activities that you can do with your baby today. So hopefully it will help you get through the day because it is so hot that we're trying to keep our babies nice and cool, but you still want to be outside, don't you? Yeah, everyone's got the sun. Beautiful here in Lincoln, sunny day in Surrey, lovely. Good morning, Layla on Facebook. Hope you're okay. Hope everyone's all right. Well, it feels funny. It feels like I haven't done one of these for ages. I think it's because there's all sorts been going on, hasn't it? Oh, Friday I didn't manage to get one, did I? I ended up going to see a friend in hospital. So I'm sorry about that. And it was so busy that I didn't even get a chance to post to say I wasn't going to do a live. So I did have some messages from people checking that I was okay. It was just one of those days. So I hope everyone's all right today. I'm going to get started because I'm doing 5 activities for you today. So you might, yeah, my weekend was really good, thank you. I was at I don't know if you saw, I was at DadCon at the Dad Network and I was doing den building, which was really good fun. And the dads there were lovely, really lovely group of guys. The Dad Network, if you don't follow them, brilliant, also great for any dads or partners or anyone like that. I highly recommend it for them, great support network for dads. But the Dad Network have been really great with me and they invited me to come along and do some den building, which was really good fun, and it was really nice to meet loads of people, and that was in London, so it's been all crazy busy, but yeah, so I had a brilliant time and it was really nice that the dads got stuck in, and lots of them have been doing den building since they got home, which is really great to hear. So I'm going to get started because, as you know, I can talk, and I've got 5 activities to get through today, which I think you're going to like, just because the weather is so gorgeous outside. I'd love to be able to video these outside for you, but our Wi-Fi is absolutely rubbish. And because I'm using 2 phones for Facebook and Instagram, it's just too much for it. So I'm afraid I can't video it outside. But the weather is beautiful, and if you've got a little baby, you're probably wanting to play outside today, and you're also wanting to keep them cool. So water play is a really nice, easy one for that, and it's just a couple of things that you can maybe add to the water to keep it interesting for your baby if you're looking for something to do. So have a nice big gulp of tea, and let's get started. Yeah, that was one thing, doing the Dad Network, I didn't have my cup of tea to hand. That was always really strange. And also I had to step out from behind the screen. I normally feel safe doing it here in my kitchen on my own, but I had to do it in person. Can you believe it? So yeah, it was a bit nerve-wracking, but it was all right. I survived. Okay, so let's get started, shall we? Right, okay. So, first of all, I don't know if you've seen my post today, this morning. You may have, I don't know if you've been out in the garden this weekend, you may have a paddling pool or something like that out, particularly if you have older children. And it's just an idea that if you've got, you know the wash basket that I often do activities in, the one with the holes in, and all I was saying that if you pop that inside the paddling pool, it just makes it a lot easier if you've then got a little baby that you're supporting, having to hold on to, that they can sit in there and then all their toys are floating inside the water, but it's contained, and that's a really handy one to do at bath time as well. Just keeps all the toys within reach, that they're not getting frustrated at the other side of the bath, and it gets tricky when you're trying to hold the baby and you're trying to do all sorts, and you just haven't got enough hands. So that was my post this morning. So again, for these activities, they could be really nice to do if you've got some sort of paddling pool, but also something like this. You may have seen that I used these before, under the bed storage box. These are really handy to use, particularly for babies, young babies, those that are needing support to sit up, or those that are sitting up independently. Because of the size of it, everything is within reach. So you can maybe have your baby sat one end I've realised I haven't got my baby, have I? Oh, never mind. You can have your baby sat in one end and the toys floating in the other bit. And again, you don't need loads and loads of water, you can just have a tiny bit. So I definitely recommend, if you don't have a paddling pool or something like that, that these work just as well, as does an empty bath and all that sort of stuff. Or, I made the mistake, I don't know if anyone ever bought a paddling pool from the pound shop, or one of the pound shops, and you open it up and it's this big. And it's literally good for cooling down your drinks and things like that in the summer. But actually, they're great for babies because they're so dinky that you can sit your baby in. So perfect for babies, but not much else. So if you've got something like that as well, that would work really well. Bearing in mind, it is £1, so you've got to watch your expectations. But yeah, I fell for that one, thinking, oh, paddling pool, that'd be good. Sorry, I need that this morning. Okay, so let's get started. So one of the first activities you could do with your baby, and we're focusing on water play this morning, if you're just joining us, have an under the bed storage box with a little bit of water in, then have your baby sat up just in the other end so you're able to support them, or they may be able to sit up independently, but they've got the sides to hold on to so they're not slipping and sliding and things. And then just a really simple one is slices of fruit. Having lots of slices of fruit, maybe citrusy fruits are really nice. The smell are gorgeous, it puts a bit of a smell in the water. Of course, this is for babies that are over 6 months and are able to start digesting food. But having things like that, slices of melon can be really nice as well. Slices of cucumber, anything like that. Any fruits or vegetables, having good slices, good chunks. Not too small, not a choking hazard, but having a good chunk that they can play around with them in the water, they can watch them float, they can splash, they can kick them, but it's also going to be kicking up all those lovely smells for them as well. And if you really want to mix it up, grab, next time you're in Aldi or Lidl or somewhere like that, get a nice big bottle of sparkling water, like a fizzy water, and that's great because they will love the sensations of the bubbles tickling their skin on their bare legs if you sit them in. Great man, I was at Asda at 9 AM buying fruit, putting a water tray today. Well done. Yeah, it's a really lovely one to do. Gosh, you were up early. So sit your baby in, nice bit of sparkling water, and again, the bubbles, it's like a new sensation against their skin. It's lovely. And if you add in fruit as well, it's just all the smells when they're kicking and they're playing, and they'll just love seeing all the fruit things. And again, they made us have a little taste, which is all brilliant. It's all about getting new tastes and flavours for them as well, and all the different textures. And again, the fruit is nice and cool, so if anyone's got babies that are teething, that lovely cool fruit, particularly cucumber and melon, things like that, is lovely and cool against their gums, which can be really great for teething babies. So that's the first one, is to get some slices of fruit or something like that in, and it is a really, really great way. Yeah, great way to use up slightly any fruit that's gone past its best a little bit. You can use that as well. Brilliant, thank you, Bisley. Yeah, that's right. Okay, and then another one, nice and easy, because we're concentrating on babies, because you could do this with slightly older children, but again, you can still do this one actually in your under the bed storage box if you wanted to. I really should have had my doll to hand, shouldn't I? I forgot. Just a nice cheap plastic sieve. You may have a sieve, you may have more of like some sort of colander, something like that. It doesn't matter. It's more about having something nice and big. It's the size we want because they're going to be young and they can have a good scoop. Good morning, Samer. Lovely to meet you. Thank you for joining us this morning. And just having some of their plastic toys in there. So you may have some of these. These are just cheap. These are actually in the pet section of the pound shop. Cheap plastic balls. You may have their bath toys, anything like that. Have them in. And if you pair it with a sieve, it's nice and big for them scooping, and they'll enjoy just having a go. And it's so big that they're not really going to miss. You don't want anything too small. If your children are a little bit older, you may want to go something smaller, maybe some tongs or something like that. Makes it tricky and you've really got to make their hands work. But while your baby's young and they're still practicing their hand-eye coordination and stuff, get a nice big sieve and some big balls. And again, you know the plastic balls that you have in like the ball pools, the ball pits and stuff, they work really well. Lovely in the water, nice to have them float in all the different colours, nice and light, and they can just scoop away and they can collect them as much as they want, and they can put them on the side or you can put them back in if you want to do. So that's activity number 2. So say that we've got the fruit, then we've got the sieve and the plastic toys. Another nice easy one, go and have a look in your recycling box and see what plastic bits and bobs you've got, because I bet you've got loads, and I bet you've got something like this. A nice easy milk jug. This is a good one for all children of all ages really. just put in some holes in the end. Now then, your baby may be quite small, so this is the only size I had to demo. If you've got one of the smaller ones, that would be much better. It's nice because the handle is nice and easy for them to hold, but for a baby, if this was full, it'd be too heavy for them to lift. So a smaller jug would be best, but it doesn't matter. And you can either leave the lid on if you want, leave the lid on with some holes in if you want to, and then it acts like a watering can, or just leave the top off. And it's just the pouring, the filling and emptying and pouring and things like that. They will just enjoy it. So go look in your recycling box, go see what plastic stuff you've got. You might have some little tubs, some containers, maybe some like sort of biscuit trays or anything like that that you can just have. Add it to your water tray, and it's all lots and lots of filling and emptying and pouring and all that sort of stuff. That's a really easy one. So far we've got 3 activities. We've got the fruit, adding fruit to the water tray. We've got the sieve with the plastic toys. And then we've got some sort of plastic jugs or recycling or something like that, just that they can explore and have a go with. And I like this one with the nice big handle as well. Okay, and then there's 2 more, so not using the under the bed storage box now. There's 2, and these are really lovely. I really love these activities. So first of all, number 4, activity number 4, and lifting this carefully. Why not, if your baby's old enough now that they're in one of the jumperoos, you know what I mean by the jumperoos, or the ones where they can bounce, you maybe have a door frame one, or something where your baby is able to bounce and their legs are free. This is a really lovely one. If you can, drag that dreadful jumperoo into the garden, take it outside, maybe if you've got a parasol under an umbrella or in the shade or something, take the jumperoo outside, or if you've got the bounce one in the door frame, if you can, if it can go in the door frame of maybe the back door or something like that. It's nice to have it outside. Doesn't matter if you don't, it's not going to get totally wet inside. Just put a towel underneath if so. And all you need is a tray, a baking tray, with a small amount of water. I've got less than a centimetre of water in here. Tiny bit of water in there. Strip your baby off. You may want to leave them in a nappy, but get the legs open, get the legs out, so it's all they can feel it against their skin. Pop them in their jumperoo or the bouncer and put the baking tray underneath. And when they bounce, they will splash, splash, splash. You don't need loads of water, so if you are doing it inside, you know, your decor's going to be safe. Just put a few towels around, but it's not just put in less water really. But just put in a tiny bit of water, and every time they jump, it will splash, and they will just love it. And you can do the whole dramatic thing like, what do you do? Look at the mess that you're making. You're getting mummy wet. You're getting daddy wet. You're getting all of us wet. Look at the house. Look at the floor. You know, and they will think they're being so naughty, and they'll laugh, 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 and they will love it. And as they bounce, they'll be able to feel the cool water against their legs, and it will splash. And it's just a really lovely one, and really great to have the novelty of the jumperoo outside as well. Like I said, try and get it under the parasol if you can, or in the shade or something. But yeah, that is just a really lovely one that they will bounce, and make loads and loads, well, not loads of mess, just a tiny bit of water, and it's just lovely, and the sensation is really new, and they will laugh, laugh, laugh. They will love it. I always used to love doing that one with Mason, and I used to do that one inside, and it's really not that bad. Okay, so we've done 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got the sieve, the fruit, the plastic jug, the water under the jumperoo, and finally, one of my favourites. This is probably one for once your baby is maybe sitting up a little bit more and a little bit more independent. Sorry, someone's just writing. We did this cheap paddling pool. Put it under the baby walker, indoors and outdoors. Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, you can use those little paddling pools from Poundland. They're fantastic. Or a baking tray, or the IKEA tray. Because it's only a shallow amount of water that you need. Anything you've got, put it under, and they just love it. It's a really good one. I highly recommend that one. And then this one, our final activity, if your baby is sitting up a bit more independently, or again, I've showed you before how you maybe have a wash basket, so you could put cushions around and you could support them to sit up independently. And they'll really like this activity. It's just 2 bowls. I've got glass bowls just because, so they're see-through so that you can see them for demoing. However, just any old bowls or anything to do with this one. And all I've done, leave one empty, and in one of them, I've just got a collection of sponges, and there's a little bit of water in the bottom of the bowl, and a collection of sponges, and I've squeezed them so they're all full of water. And basically, all you're going to do is put both of the bowls in front of your baby, and just let them, it's really tricky, I haven't got a surface high enough to be able to do this. You're just letting your baby choose one of the sponges, and no doubt it's going to dribble down their arms. So strip them off, have them with no clothes on, have them naked. It's going to dribble out. No doubt they're going to squeeze, so all that water's going to come out, and they're just transferring it into the empty bowl. And you'll be so surprised at how many will actually do that just by having one empty and one full, and that they're actually going to be moving them over. They're going to probably squeeze them. They might have a bite of them. They might suck the water out. So of course, clean sponges if you can, and just let them transfer the wet sponges from one bowl to another. And they will just love it, and they'll see it go everywhere, and they'll squeeze them, and they'll love the cold water, and it's a really nice way of cooling down your baby without having to go in the paddling pool. It's just a really nice activity. Again, one that you can do indoors and outdoors, but seeing as the weather's so nice, it's nice to do it outside, maybe in the shade or something like that, and just let your baby transfer the wet sponges from one bowl to another, and it's just lovely. It's really nice. And this one is really great for their physical development. While I've talked to you before about babies making connections across both sides of the brains, and by doing that movement of moving from one side of the body to the other is fantastic for that, all the physical skills. And if you can, if your baby's a little bit older, encouraging them to pass the sponge from one hand to the other is a really great thing for them to do. Doing something like that is getting two hands to perform a task is really brilliant, but don't worry if they don't. Don't force them if they're not bothered, just let them enjoy the activity. But yeah, moving things from one side to the other is really great for making those connections across the brain, which are then used later on in life. Blah, 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 blah. You've heard me, I've said it all before, haven't I? All right, so there you are. So that's a really nice one, really lovely one. So I hope I've given you 5 fun activities that you could try today. Brilliant ideas, and I have something to do this afternoon. Brilliant, thank you, Chantal. That's the idea. I try and keep them as easy as possible with things from around the house so that you can see me do it and go and copy it. So please, if you can, can't wait to try it when the little one is awake. Yeah, that's the only thing, is sometimes when you've got an activity ready, you then find yourself waiting for the baby to wake up, which is crazy, isn't it, when you spend your whole time trying to get them to sleep. Oh, brilliant, thank you. Vicky likes it as well on Facebook. Thank you. So that's it today. So I'm sorry if you're just tuning in, if you've missed it, but there were 5 water activities. This will now be saved in stories on Facebook, and I am steadily saving them on YouTube as well, so you've got plenty of places to go back and watch them. So that was 5 activities of things to do, oh, nearly fell over, with water with your baby if you're out in the garden this afternoon, or even inside as well. Oh, brilliant. Lots of you are going to be trying this one today. That's really lovely to hear. Well, if you do, please, I'd love to see some photos that I can share, because when I get the fan mail photos and I share them, it's often those that inspire the other parents to have a go. It's all well and good me standing here saying, do this, it's amazing, it's amazing. But actually, it's the ones that the parents have a go at. I get messages from people saying, oh, it was so nice to see someone do this. It's inspired me to have a try. So, yeah, it'd be brilliant. All right, so I hope you have a lovely day. If you do get to play outside with your baby today, and lots of water play, like I said, do send me some photos so I can share them. Fab. Trying to make a ton of activities ready for the holiday. Oh, okay, well, good luck with that one. Thank you very much for tuning in. Tomorrow will be Tuss Spot Tuesday. I was just going to do a quick warning about tuss spots. If you're playing with a tuss spot with your baby in the garden, don't forget, if it's a black one, the black tuss spots get hot very, very quickly. Please touch the tuss spot before you put your baby on it, because on bare skin it could really hurt them. So just a word of warning, if you are doing water play in a tuss spot with a baby today, just check the temperature, because the black tuss spots get really hot in the sun. All right, that's my health and safety one. Thank you very much for tuning in. I will see you tomorrow at 10, back to normal time. Yeah, have a lovely day. Enjoy the sun and stay safe. Bye guys, thank you.